Hi there. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 4 to 5. Eric Chilton alongside Lauren Coleman and Stacey Spivey.
Hey, everybody. You know the drill. You can watch us on air, online, Fire Stick, Roku, and the WFMY News 2 app.
If you're tuning in from Facebook, let us know you're here. Join in on the conversations.
Lots to talk about right now. Time is winding down to cast your early ballot for the 2022 primaries. You have just one more day of one-stop early voting before polls close on Saturday. After that, you'll have to cast your ballot on Election Day, May 17th.
Many of you are reaching out with questions ahead of primary election day. Tomorrow is the last day of early voting before the primary on Tuesday, so here's what you need to know. You have until 7:30 tonight to vote at any of the 8 early voting sites in Guilford County. Now tomorrow, polls will open at those sites from 8 to 3. If you haven't registered to vote, you can still do that at any early voting site. You must be in person to do so and bring some kind of proof of address like your driver's license or utility bill.
That little window we've got still to register to vote is going to end. You can only do that during early voting, and that ends Saturday at 3 o'clock. So if you are not registered to vote, the polls close for that at early voting Saturday the 14th at 3, and that's it. And there is no registration on election day.
So polls are closed Sunday and Monday. Primary election day is Tuesday, May the 17th. On election day, you must go to your assigned polling place, and polls will be open from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. And so I'm going to explain to you how you find where your polling site is, or if you want to see what your ballot will be on your ballot, excuse me. So all you have to do, and this is the wrong website, let me type it in. You're going to look up the State Board of Elections website. So let me type that in for you. State Board of Elections website. There it is right there, ncsbe.gov. When you go to the home page, all you'll do is hit the voting tab. And when you get to that tab, you just scroll and you'll see all these different resources, from how you can vote by mail, how you can vote early in person, vote in person on election day. That's where you can find the information on where your specific site is and everything that you need to know. So if you don't have access to a computer, you can also call the County Board of Elections office. Now, coming up at 4:30, I'll break down what you need to know about mail-in ballots and what you can expect to see on your ballot.
Great explainer. Well, Guilford County Board of Election officials say voter turnout started off slow at times. Only about 500 people came out the entire day, but now those numbers are increasing. Yesterday, the county hit a daily record with more than 2,300 people voting in one day. Take a look at your screen here. Nearly 16,000 people voted early in Guilford County. If things keep trending this way, officials say voters could beat last midterm's primary turnout. Over in Forsyth County, more voters are also coming out compared to 2018, and in Lamont County, voters surpassed their 2014 and 2018 primary election turnouts. With Greensboro's municipal races on the ballot, a Gate City community activist is working to get more people to the polls before early voting ends.
And so I think that when I look at the people who struggle the most from policies, from any type of law or any type of structure that's going on, these are the people that are not participating in this process. And so my passion is to be able to see those kids that live on the east side, on the north side, on the south side, that have not been involved in this process, actually be excited because they understand the power of it.
Organizers say the event is nonpartisan, so that means people are encouraged to vote for whoever they choose. The march starts in Center City Park tomorrow at noon. Guest speakers and some candidates will be there beforehand. After that, the group will head to the Old County Courthouse just a few blocks away.
We've got you covered on all things 2022 NC Primary on our website. Just search NC Primary on WFMYnews2.com.
It's a little cloudy out there, Eric. I'm waiting for some of those raindrops to come on down. Haven't really seen too much of it yet.
You know, they've just started, like literally before the newscast, when I was back in our weather center near the weather garden, I could hear the rain starting to move in. So we're at 75 degrees in Greensboro, 76 Winston-Salem, Lexington at 67, and we go up to 73 for Walnut Cove. Mount Airy, hello hometown, 71 there. Galax at 64. So tonight we'll see those lows be fairly mild because of all the cloud cover and the rain. Let's go with 61 21. Keep an umbrella handy. Now tomorrow, it's kind of a strange day. It's like partly cloudy, scattered shower here or there. I think we'll see some sun. It'll be, hit or miss, and we'll get up to about 79 degrees. So we've warmed things up a little bit because I don't expect to see quite as much of the cloud cover that we were talking about the other day. Still, though, you get the idea. Tonight, we're seeing these just pop up hit or miss showers. They're all over the place, right? So you're going to see a little bit here. Maybe your neighbor gets more than you do. That's kind of the way it's going to be. And if we go out to the wider shot here, you can see all of this. It's that low we've been talking about for the last few days, moving inland back to the south of us, and it's going to kind of meander down there and just keep that rain moving in. Here's what it looks like on the map. Even though the low sort of fades out, there's just a lot of moisture with this, right? And then more heat and humidity start to move in over the next few days. This is another approaching cold front. That'll be moving through Monday. That'll bring us yet another round of showers. So we have several days in our 7-day forecast with a decent amount of rain. Here's what it looks like: 40 and 50% for Saturday, Sunday. Highs go up to 84 on Sunday. That means we're so warm we could get a late day pop-up thunderstorm. Same story on Monday at 86, and we'll stay in the low 80s, low to mid for Tuesday, Wednesday. Partly cloudy skies then, and a late day pop-up shower. You got to think about that like summertime pattern, not a washout. 87 and 89, very warm to end next week.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. Soon we expect to find out if the ACC headquarters will stay in Greensboro. This week, Mayor Nancy Vaughan is attending conference meetings in Florida. She says the final decision should come in the next few weeks.
So they had behind closed door discussions with the chancellors and presidents, not only about the real estate where they're going to stay, but overall governance of the ACC. And we haven't really gotten any direct feedback from that. I have heard that they'll make a decision in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Guilford County Commissioner Skip Alston confirmed to WFNY News 2 back in April that the ACC was looking at Charlotte and Orlando in addition to Greensboro as possible headquarters locations. Mayor Vaughan says it's not clear if any of those cities have been ruled out, but she feels that Greensboro has made a strong case for why the ACC should stay put. We now know what's next for Greensboro Police Chief Brian James. His new role will be the chief of UNC Chapel Hill Police Department. Last month, he announced plans to retire from the Greensboro Police Department. He took the chief position in 2020. James said he wanted to spend more time with his family. He left the door open for another career move, which he is taking this summer. When James leaves, Teresa Biffle will serve as the department interim police chief.
Tomorrow, nationwide, people, and also here in the Triad, people are teaming up with postal workers. It's a part of the National Association of Letter Carriers' 30th annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. Postal workers will pick up non-perishable food left in a bag at mailboxes. All donated food will stay local in order to address the needs in your community. And you can also eat out for a good cause this weekend at the Greek Festival in Winston-Salem. The event is in full swing after its COVID-friendly version last year. The fun kicked off today at the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church on Keating Drive. Besides good food, there's also live music and dancing. A portion of the proceeds will benefit Brenner Children's Hospital, the Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina, and Greek Youth Ministries. The event ends on Sunday. We'll be right back.
You know, if you or someone you know is a beer connoisseur or maybe just a true foodie, then you have come to the right place. There's an event, it's next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday. It will pull people in by the hundreds. I spoke with Eric Summers of Yelp about the larger-than-life Spring Festival at Red Oak. Take a look. Well, this place is beautiful. I'm embarrassed to say it's my first time. Red Oak is awesome, and it's the place you want to be to kind of get a scoop on what's happening with the restaurants in the area. Eric Summers with Yelp, and this event is huge.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely massive. We've got a lot of businesses from the Triad coming out, more than about 1.5 dozen. We've got places like the Fig and Forage and the Blooming Board and High Point. They're big charcuterie makers in the area that are going to be building something very special for us. We've got the City Kitch Greensboro. They're coming out bringing a lot of their members with them. Places like Yum Kitchen, Empanada Grill, places like that. It's going to be really tasty.
In variety, it sounds like you've got all kinds of different food genres. It's not just one type.
Oh yeah, we're going to be covering the full gamut. Everything from soul food to Latin-inspired cuisine to Mediterranean. Well, you know, this is Yelp. We have to have it all, right? This is, we want to taste everything.
Tell me, but nonprofits can benefit too, right? You guys have a charitable side to this.
Yes, we do. So we are benefiting the Community Theater of Greensboro. We're also benefiting the Central and Eastern North Carolina Food Bank, since this is a partnership between Yelp and the Triad and the Triangle. The Community Theater of Greensboro, obviously a great organization here in town, benefiting everybody with the entertainment that they've done for more than 50 years now. And the Central and Eastern North Carolina Food Bank, they're looking to feed the populace of the Triangle area and points east. There's never a time where there's not somebody in need of a meal here, so we're trying to do our best for them.
And this kind of thing, I mean, describe what it will look like when people come in here. What will they see?
When they see, the first thing they're going to see is obviously this beautiful space, the longhouse style, this Bavarian beer garden style. I just love it. But we hope after they get past that, they're going to see a charcuterie grazing table that is built to feed hundreds of people. So cheeses, meats, fruits, nuts, all sorts of things that are going to excite the eye and the tongue. It's all going to be laid out back here. It's going to be beautifully designed. That's what the Blooming Board and Fig and Forage are building for us.
Well, the best part is, how much does this cost for you to get in?
Absolutely free.
That's right.
And you get to have a couple Red Oaks, and you get to have lots of samplings of all these different food places that are going to be here. So we think it's going to be an amazing day.
See, remember our motto, if it's free, it's for me. You got to be here.
You just made it easy for what I'm going to do next Saturday.
That's right. I'm going too. So
Wait, free?
You do have to register. I know, it's amazing. All that food, totally free. So Yelp is kind of footing the bill to help promote food in the area. One thing to note here, we were talking about this, Lauren and I, just a moment ago. The restaurants a lot of them do not have brick and mortar stores. They either have food trucks or they're trying to get there, but they get good reviews on Yelp. So they all have a lot of, thumbs up, so to speak, from everything. They rent from the City Kitch, which is like a community kitchen, to make this food. So they will all be there, plus there'll be beer tastings and all that too, because Red Oak is a part of this.
I think that makes that even more exciting, that these aren't some of those big chains or some of the more common places that you hear about all the time, because it gives you a chance to really try something new.
Yes.
Try something different.
And if you're like me, I don't like to spend money if I don't know exactly if I like. Now you get to try all this stuff without spending a dime.
Right, and I mean, I love the fact that they chose the two organizations, the charities, to help them out. One, the community theater, that's so different for, like you would think that they would help a food organization, which they are, but the fact that they're helping the theater is really cool.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And then they'll also, I think there's going to be a little bit of live music, but that Red Oak facility, that was my first time in there.
Yeah, I want to go there.
It's beautiful.
It looks nice. Huge.
Yes,
Very
and they
nice.
even serve there. They serve like beer pretzels and brats and all this stuff. So it's really good.
Okay,
Check it
adding
out.
that to the list.
Yes.
I hope the weather's nice.
Just like the Greensboro chefs, Coach Lamont believes in getting the right recipe for the best results. Let's take a listen.
In a world where it seems that life can sometimes work against you, embedded within is a formula to win. No matter how tough it seems at times, you were created to bounce back. Losing is not who you are, but who you forgot you were. A person who wins. That is why you must develop a buffer to work against the anxiety of failure. And this buffer is to embrace a constant attitude of winning. See, if you always focus on winning, even when it seems you are losing, you can never get knocked out. Adjust your mindset, adopt a new attitude of action, and never accept any failure as your final outcome. Remember, losing is an event. Winning is a way of life. This is Coach Lamont. Make today your best you day. I'll see you tomorrow.
I like that last line. Losing is an event, winning is a lifestyle.
I like that too. I have this saying that I've heard before. It's like a setback is a setup for a comeback.
Whoa, you
get
have to
it?
think about that one for a minute.
Setback, setup
I like
for
that.
a comeback.
I like
True
that.
though. I was laughing because it made me think of that rap song. Last night I took an L, but tonight I bounced back.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like you really do have to okay, yeah, maybe this wasn't so great. Okay, this is what I can do to be better and move forward in life or whatever it is.
Yeah, just use those failures as motivations to do better, because you know what it feels like to be knocked down or to take that L, and you don't want to feel that again. So just use it to motivate you.
If you don't, I think the worst thing we can all do is not to learn from mistakes. You know, to me, there's a reason for mistakes. And there's a reason to me that kind of the big man upstairs lets us make mistakes, because you have to learn.
Yeah,
know?
you do.
And if you don't, you're gonna make those same dumb mistakes
And then
again.
it's just on you at this
Then that's
point.
on you. That's
Yeah,
exactly
I mean,
right.
think about it with parenting. You want your kids to learn and grow, and sometimes the way that they learn is by making those mistakes.
Letting them fall. It's true. It's one of the hardest things to do as a parent is to know that your kid may fail at this, and you tell them, but then they do it, and you got to let it go. It's hard. It makes me just want to jump in and save the day. I know. Can't do it. Got to learn. All right, we're coming back. All right, I want you to check this out. Stop what you're doing and take a look at the TV. When you see a kid mesmerized, look at that concentration. You know it's something big, and you would be correct. Yeah, we're talking about the fact that she was watching this. Baby Shark Live. It was at the Tanger last night. All the kids were there. Lots of people in costumes too, including the parents. So I asked you, because everybody knows the Baby Shark song, I asked you on Facebook, what children's song drove you crazy when your kids were little, or maybe your kids are that little now, right? And you just want to know. Kim says, Barney, I love you, you love me. My kids loved it, and we listened to it about 100 million times. Rasha said Baby Shark and every remix that you can find to it. I would agree. Linda said Fruit Salad by the Wiggles. Yummy, yummy. Debbie says It's a Small World. That song makes me want to stick rusty needles in my eyes. Now that's bad. Jeff said the Peanut Butter Song by Barney. I'm not sure.
Peanut butter jelly.
Oh, peanut butter jelly.
That's
Yes,
not the
yes,
Barney
yes.
song,
I didn't
though,
think
right?
that was either. Anyway, T says the wheels on the bus go round and round. Now, thank you. It'll be playing in my head all day long. I will tell you, I read almost every comment. 80% were Barney.
Really?
And, yes, and then
I loved Barney.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Knicker-Knacker, boppity-bop.
well, that's because
I
you were
love the
you were a
way
kid,
that
so
you
of course you
boppity-bop.
loved it.
Maybe your parents didn't love it so much.
That was made merciless fun of in the media back in the day with adults. But the Wiggles were a close second, and then Baby Shark was probably
Yeah, I
third.
would have to say Baby Shark because it's just the same line
Same
over and over and
thing.
over again. The ones that were listed on there, I actually didn't mind listening to when I was younger, but that Baby Shark song,
It's the parent
the kids
thing.
love it
Yes.
so
Oh,
much.
And some other guy said anything by Elmo. He got really tired of Elmo.
Okay.
Now, my wife did not like Dora because she said Dora was yelling all the time. And it was like, you know, which way are we going to
Yeah.
go next? And it was like over and
Swiper,
over.
no swiping.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Swiper, no
Yeah.
swiping.
It's true.
I
didn't
mean,
mind Dora.
I don't know. They don't really bother me that
Same.
much. Hot dog, hot diggity
diggity
dog
dog.
Oh, that's
from Mickey
cute.
Mouse Clubhouse. I listen
Yeah.
to that a lot. We listen to Baby Shark a lot. And then, but like the one song that I think of, like when we did the reading things at the
Yes.
schools, those kids loved Old Town Road.
Yes.
And
oh my
I
gosh,
can't
they did.
stand that song.
Well, and it was good the first 6,000 times I heard it, and then
No.
they played it so much,
All the time.
so
And
much.
Kids love it.
Love
They
it.
know
They do.
word for word. I think Lil Nas X performed at an elementary school, and he was almost in tears
Oh, they
Those
love
by
it.
how the kids, like, they knew all the lyrics.
When we
Yeah.
did Read to Succeed, you're right. The kids would just go crazy over that one.
love
Anyway,
it.
all right, let us know on
I don't.
Facebook what's your song that drives you crazy. If we didn't talk
Baby
about
shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do.
it. Hey, Facebook. We were just told that Joni on Facebook asked about Red Oak and how to sign up. That's a good. It's actually through Yelp. So if you Google Yelp and they call it the Larger Than Life Spring Celebration, Google that with Yelp, and then you'll see the place where you can sign up. Also, this will be on WFNYnews2.com in the article that I'm going to post. I'll post that story after the show, and then we'll try to give you a link to where you can sign up. But you do have to register, though. It's called Larger Than Life Spring Celebration, and then you want to also type in Yelp when you Google so you can get to the right thing. Or if you have the Yelp app, you can find it there easy because it does it based on your location, so it'll tell you that there's an event coming up.
Larger Than Life makes me think of Backstreet Boys.
It's not a Backstreet celebration, trust me.
I just got on Facebook. Hey guys, are y'all happy Friday?
This is, look at this
This is a good one.
graduation photo. This is somebody I know.
All right.
So
I don't
Facebook,
like that.
you fans of Baby Shark?
Oh,
So Baylor actually has a bath toy that my mom gave her, and it's Baby Shark, and it swims in the water and sings that song over and
Oh
over
my
and over
goodness.
and over and over again until you take it out of the water.
Oh, so the water can't kill it. Oh,
No.
I mean,
you were hoping.
make it explode. You know, electric. You know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I know.
No,
Kill
the water
batteries.
is what
Kill the batteries, y'all.
the water, once it hits water, it
The
starts
contact.
swimming and singing.
All right, Facebook, we'll see you on TV. We got to run. Bye now.
Doesn't today's weather make you want to sit inside and eat a warm slice of apple pie? Well, you're in luck because today is Apple Pie Day. In light of the day, I asked you on my Facebook page, what is your favorite dessert? Edward Smith says banana pudding. Angie Meeks wrote peach cobbler and sweet potato pie. Jackie Manson says caramel cake with pecan and coconut on top. And then William Stanback said German chocolate cake. Doris Brodnack said brown sugar pound cake with cream cheese icing. I could eat some of that right now. Ike Turner said strawberry cheesecake. And Brenda Flores said strawberry shortcake. Martha Ward said lemon meringue pie. All of those sound
All of it.
quite
The
delicious.
mouth is watering.
Gosh, that brown sugar pound cake thing.
I've never heard of that, but it
That
sounds
sounds
delicious.
I love all pound cakes with just some
I do
nice
too.
glaze on top. I don't like the stuff with a lot of icing.
Yeah, me
I like
too.
just
It's too much.
simple, desserts.
Do you remember what are they called? Bunt cakes? You remember
Yeah.
those
Oh,
things?
Nothing but cake. Have
That
you ever
place
been
is
there?
good.
Oh no,
It is
that
good.
place.
The
Yes,
red
that's
velvet
that's
one's
a
really
different
good.
level.
Yeah.
No, my mom used to make there's this one bunt cake she would make. It was chocolate with coconut something in the center and then a white icing drizzled over the top. I don't know what that thing was. It was just a
sounds
kit
so
like you
good.
buy at the grocery store. It wasn't
Yeah.
like from scratch, but it was so good.
Had y'all ever heard of friendship bread? So basically someone starts the recipe and it's like a cinnamon bread type of thing, and then you pass along a piece of the dough to someone else, and I guess they build on top of it.
Oh, neat.
And
Really?
my mom used to make that sometimes within like close-knit of friends, but it was called friendship bread.
I've never heard of that. That's a great
Interesting.
idea. You hit her up. I want to know more
Okay.
about that.
I could eat ice cream every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, ice
I
cream.
knew that was going to be your answer.
Yeah, I've had it 3 times this week. Different nights. Does
Or-
that make
Different
it any
flavors?
better?
Do you like sundaes better than like scoops of ice cream, or what do you?
So I like this specific Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and it's a little bitty tub, and I just eat out of it every night
Long as it's a little bitty tub,
because that makes it so much
not
better.
the big one, not the big one to finish that thing. All right, we're coming back to my wife. I'm talking to you. She loves her Ben & Jerry's. We're back. Second half of the 4 to 5 coming up. Eric, Lauren, and Stacy with you today.
So glad we made it to the end of the week.
That's right.
Woo,
End of
happy
the work
Friday.
week. Happy Friday, y'all. Whether you're watching on air, at home, online, Fire Stick, Roku, or the WFNY News 2 app.
We're also on Facebook, so be sure to get on that comment or on that stream and give us a comment. Let us know that you're here.
Well, new insight into the North Carolina Senate race just days away from the primary. New polling from the Hill and Emerson College shows Republican Representative Ted Budd and Democrat Sherry Beasley will likely be the matchup come November. The poll shows Budd surging ahead of former North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory and former Representative Mark Walker. Data suggests he could easily win the Republican Senate nomination with a 30+% lead. The poll attributes much of the stretch to the support of former President Trump, who endorsed Bud last summer. Come general election time, it does come down to Bud and Beasley. The Hill and Emerson College poll shows Bud as an early favorite in November over Beasley.
The Senate race is just one of the many categories you'll still see on your ballot, whether you're voting in person or mailing in your vote. If you're planning on mailing in your ballot, that deadline is quickly approaching. It must be postmarked by Election Day.
It is too late to request a ballot to be sent to you that you can fill out. However, if you have it, if you've already gotten it, if it's sitting on your dresser or your kitchen table like mine is, it's time to go ahead and get that filled out, because the deadline to get that in is going to be Election Day.
Now, this is a primary election, meaning this will decide who will move on to the November ballot. Collicutt says if you're a Democrat, you're only going to vote in the Democratic primary. If you're a Republican, you'll only see Republicans on your ballot. Unaffiliated voters must make a choice.
Those voters are going to get the option. They're going to be asked, and they can choose to vote in the Democratic primary or the Republican primary. Not a mixture, but one or the other.
And if you're unsure of where your polling site is, or if you want to see what will be on your ballot, you can simply visit the State Board of Elections website. All you have to do is click on this voting tab right here and just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see all these different options of information that can help you. And also, if you don't have access to a computer, you can call your County Board of Elections office. Now, if you have any election questions for us, you can text it to 336-379-5775, and we'll work to get your questions answered.
Another big decision on your NC primary ballot is the Guilford County Schools bond vote. Voters in Guilford County are deciding on a quarter-cent tax and bond to benefit Guilford County schools. If passed, the district would get $1.7 billion, an increase from the $300 million they received 2 years ago. The money is going towards the rebuilding of 8 Guilford County schools. According to the district's website, $25 million are contracted, while the remaining $275 million is untouched. What's being voted on during this primary election is Phase 2. Those against the bond are concerned about the district getting more money before the initial total is spent. The Greensboro Chamber of Commerce says making the necessary repairs would boost our economy. They say when businesses are looking to move here, they want to ask what the schools are looking like. So no matter how you vote, remember when you head to the polls, the proposed bond and the 5-cent sales tax to pay for the school improvements will show up as 2 different items. Again, we know election preparation is a lot, so we've got you covered on all things 2022 NC Primary on our website. Just search NC Primary on WFNYnews2.com.
And if you're heading out to the polls tonight or even tomorrow, you probably want to know if you need a rain jacket or maybe just a warm jacket.
Yeah, so not a warm jacket, that's for sure, because our temperatures are going way up there. There's a look at High Point. That pretty much tells the story right there. Just a mixed bag of clouds and clear skies. It'll rain for 10 minutes, and then you might see a break in the clouds, and then it'll rain again. So on again, off again showers. That's the best way to term this. And we'll see that as we head into the night. You look at these temperatures, we're probably only dropping down to the lower 60s tonight because we'll have that blanket of cloud cover. Best chance of rain really is today. And then we still have a 50 to 40% chance, and that's pretty much Saturday, Sunday, and Monday before we dry out next week, and we're kind of all waiting for that, aren't we? Yeah, here's what it looks like. Scattered showers pretty much everywhere. There's no rhyme or reason. I can say that down east, and especially towards Sanford area and maybe Carthage and Troy, we're not seeing quite as much of those scattered showers than everywhere else, and probably right now it's mountains in southern Virginia seeing the heaviest rain. But it's one of those situations, you see that's all over the southeast, right? That low pressure that's causing that can't do anything but just kind of push inland, and then even though it kind of fizzles out, that's a lot of moisture. And then we have the heat coming in. You can see the hot air coming in from the west. You add that heat to all that moisture, and we can get a shower at any time. And even a late day pop-up shower or thunderstorm is not out of the question either. Let's take a look at the 7-day. We go like this: 40% for your Saturday. We'll bring that to a 50% for Sunday. That's another front. I actually think Saturday may not be quite as bad as Sunday when it comes to rain coverage, and some breaks in the clouds tomorrow as well. But highs go to 84 on Sunday. 86 Monday, then the rain leaves for a while, dry and really nice, 82 and 85 Tuesday, Wednesday. Then maybe a pop-up late day thunderstorm, but otherwise partly cloudy Thursday, Friday, and hot for this time of the year in the upper 80s.
Today, Winston-Salem State University Rams added a new title to their name, graduate. The Scholars crossed stage this morning during their 2022 commencement celebration. Nearly 10,000 people cheered them on at the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Winston-Salem. If you want to go to view the ceremony, you can visit the university's website. And tomorrow, North Carolina A&T Aggies are celebrating their 2022 commencement. The event starts at 8:30 a.m. at the Greensboro Coliseum. No tickets are required to attend, and if you can't make it out, the event will be live streamed on YouTube. Now, keep in mind, there are several other things going on at the Coliseum this weekend, so keep in mind and plan for all that traffic.
Local churches are mobilizing to meet an urgent need. Guilford County school students are facing unprecedented learning loss on the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic. City Help at the Triad is partnering with GCS to build a team of tutors who will work with elementary and middle school students during the summer months. Organizers say they will work to connect different churches to as many as 31 schools.
That assistance will be guided by the principal to determine what's needed for each individual school. And we're just here to get the word out and ask for you to contact City Help via email and or phone, and we would love to take your information down and submit it to Guilford County Schools so they can make the necessary contacts with you.
In addition to tutoring, participating groups will work on beautification projects and provide any additional school-specific support requested by their principals.
The other areas are everything from when the child gets to the school to the child leaves. I think it will be greeters, it will be possibly people in the lunchroom if it's a lunch period time. Anything that they can do to help the teacher or the tutor maximize their time with the student.
Training will be provided for tutors, and tutors will then head to schools beginning June 14th and provide one-on-one instruction support through July 21st.
All right, this is kind of cool. You don't want to miss this. A big lunar eclipse coming up. They call it the blood moon. We're seeing that this weekend. Now, the lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, earth, and moon, they kind of get into a line, and then the moon will move into the earth's shadow. And they call it a blood moon because this is interesting. It's the time because all the earth's sunrises and sunsets will project onto the moon's surface as it moves through our shadow, and it gives it that kind of orange or red color. So interesting here. All right, so here's what you want to do when it starts. That should be about 9:25. By the way, this is Sunday night, this Sunday night. The problem is that we have a front moving by, so whether you can see it or not is still kind of up in the air. But it will start about 9:25. The partial eclipse begin at 10:27. That's really when you can see more of it then. The total eclipse is at 11:30, roughly, 11:29 to be exact. The maximum at midnight or 12:11 a.m. And the total eclipse will go until shortly before 1 a.m. before it finally ends by 2:50 in the morning. But something neat to see, and it's pretty much the entire East Coast has a chance of seeing this, but it's weather, you know, depending on the weather. And for us, we have a front moving by Sunday, so that may not be the best time to see it. But still take a look. That's late though. You're gonna have to stay up late.
So will it be more my shade dress or Lauren's shade?
Oh my gosh, it's right in the middle.
I know.
Yeah, so imagine between. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe a little more of a sometimes it looks orange or light red is kind of what it looks
How
like.
often does this happen? Because I feel like we've reported on blood moons before, but this is the super flower blood moon. So
Yes.
how often do we see these?
So it varies, you know, it happens every so often, and they usually, I think, if I remember correctly, you only see this about once every year to 2 years.
Okay.
It just depends, but it's the path of where you can see like the total eclipse and all that. It's not like a solar eclipse where they have the path that goes through a certain area.
Okay.
Everybody will get a chance to see it. If you can see the moon, you can see the eclipse, so it's a little bit different.
So do we need to be facing a certain way
No.
when this comes out? So we just walk outside and the moon is
Wherever
there,
the
we should
moon
be able
is,
to see it.
yep,
Okay.
in your part of the world, you look up there for that. And it will, that kind of red color should start by about 11 o'clock and then get really strong by midnight. So that may be pretty
Hopefully
cool
the
to see.
weather's
That is really
good so
neat.
we can see it.
I know. I don't know if I can stay up that late.
I know.
Just wait for pictures.
Maybe Baylor will start crying and
Don't
If you're
wish
up-
that on.
you'll get up and be able to see it.
Take her outside and show her the blood moon. Yes, look at that. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming right back. Remember that.
Cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination. I just sent you an email, by the way. Yeah. You know, when I hear someone say they brought a shake for lunch, you can interpret that in so many ways. For instance, I immediately think smoothie, as in yogurt and fruit, something kind of sweet but with hidden goodness. But just as easily, you could think a juice shake, as in veggie-based, more earthy, right? So when you shake, my friends here in the studio, how do you shake?
I shake like
How
a
do you
smoothie.
shake? You shake like a smoothie,
Yeah.
the yogurt, the fruit,
So
all
I
that
like
kind
the
of stuff.
almond milk, the spinach, frozen fruit, and a little bit of protein powder. That's how I do mine.
Okay.
Like
milk
this, Tanya, like this.
You shake like that.
That's
Oh my God.
You don't do shakes, do
That's
you?
all I got.
Okay, he doesn't do the shakes. He just
No,
does
I
does
don't.
milkshakes.
I have done. I've done the smoothie thing with some protein powder before.
Okay.
I don't love it, but yes, I can do that.
Okay, and how about you?
I was gonna say if milkshake counts, but I do love a good smoothie.
Okay, all right, so now my next question, I probably already know the answer to this. Have any of you ever done a juice cleanse?
I tried.
No.
You did?
No.
I tried about
And?
8 years ago. It was supposed to be a 3-day juice cleanse. I made it about 24 hours, and I said, can't do it.
And how did you feel?
I was so hungry, I couldn't think of anything else.
But food.
Okay, all right, and neither one of you.
I have never done a juice cleanse. Now I've done, okay, for breakfast, I'm gonna have a juice, but I've never just all day, that's all. I
That's
feel like I
it.
would pass out by the end of the day.
I know, I feel the same way, and you know, I don't mind sipping on a smoothie or a shake here and there, but I want to chew, right?
Yeah.
And I just don't think that would give me enough. Well, anyway, here's why we're doing this, because juicing is a thing. Consumer Reports looked at it health-wise and cost-wise too. There's been an increase in the cold-pressed juice market. The estimation in revenue is more than $116 million by 2025. A 5-day cleanse is estimated to cost you anywhere from $125 to more than $400. And that cost can promise to make you feel and look better, as well as give you more energy.
If you think about it, it makes sense. If you're not eating a lot of fruits and vegetables and then you suddenly start drinking them, that burst of nutrients can make you feel really good.
While juicing can help shed pounds due to lower caloric intake, Consumer Reports says it's probably short-term water weight loss, not fat, and then therefore likely to return. So what about this? The whole promise of detoxification.
Your body already detoxes itself. It uses your kidneys, your liver, and your digestive tract to get rid of impurities. Nutrients in fruits and vegetables can help with that, but juicing leaves the fiber behind, and that's key for a healthy gut.
Now you know. I always wondered about that. Now you know. It's like a supplement for me. I would rather do that than the whole juice cleanse thing. All right, hour by hour today, we're going to drop down into the 60s, probably as early as 8 o'clock tonight. I think our overnight lows are in the low 60s, and with all that cloud cover and the rain, you don't see a great change in temperatures. Usually when the air is drier, we see it heat or cool more quickly. So in this case, we're kind of saturated, aren't we? Scattered showers across the area, most of it from the heart of the triad back west at this hour. But if you look at the bigger picture here, we've got enough moisture to last us for a while, right? We see that low pressure to the south, that's moving inland. So for us, it just keeps us a little rainy. Now, I do think Saturday looks a little bit better today than what we were talking about yesterday. Even though the low is kind of just dissolved away, it leaves a lot of moisture, but we might get a break before we get into Sunday and Monday. There's another front. It's way back here on the left side of your screen, but that'll get here Monday. Sunday, ahead of that, we've got some heat and humidity building in. Those late day showers are a possibility, and then that front will bring us some Monday rain. We will need a break by then, won't we? Yes, we will, and that will happen. We'll get this out of here. Hopefully, we're thinking by Tuesday of next week. Looks pretty good. It will be muggy as you head into your Saturday. Notice the rain chances, about a 40 to 50%, most of that in the afternoon, but still, you have that possibility. And high temperatures going upwards close to 80. We're at 79. How about that? And 84 on Sunday. Normal high is 77. Sunday, it's a 50-50 shot of rain. We'll bring that to a 40% Monday and 86. And then dry and partly cloudy. Beautiful weather. Tuesday, Wednesday, 82, 85. Upper 80s getting warm Thursday, Friday with a late day thunderstorm chance.
It's Friday on the 4 to 5, so you know what that means. It's time for another News to Review with our very own photojournalist, Manning Franks.
And you want to buckle up because today we're heading to the Marvel multiverse for Doctor Strange's sequel film. But will it get too approved? Let's find out.
Marvel's character of Doctor Strange has always been synonymous with the weird and the visually vibrant since his early days in the comics. And couple that with the distinct creative voice of director Sam Raimi, who also did the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire, you should be made for a match in heaven. Instead, a war of clashing visions and half-baked ideas are all too evident as the cracks. And this multiverse-spanning film descend the story, as the title suggests, into madness.
Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
He was right.
Dr. Stephen Strange has been plagued with nightmares of his death in other realities at the hands of an unknown malevolent foe. In these, he's accompanied by a mysterious girl named America Chavez with the ability to cross multiverses. However, when that same girl crosses over into our own multiverse, Strange is forced to realize these are not dreams at all. In order to fight this dark being chasing them, Strange must ask for help from one of the most powerful entities in the Marvel Universe, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. Oh boy, y'all. Where to begin without touching spoilers? Well, right out of the gate, this is one of the most unique films in the Marvel Universe thanks to the visual flair of director Sam Raimi, who polishes every single corner that he can with his signature touch. Without spoiling, Raimi's creativity, along with the anchoring performances of Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch and Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, really treat the audience to something that feels different, almost horror-esque in presentation. However, Raimi can't polish glass cracks already forming under the weight of the MCU. Just as the title suggests, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a mouthful to digest. It is easily the most ambitious film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to date since Avengers Endgame and what it hopes to do for the universe going forward. But ambition does not equal quality, mind you. The story is messy and bloated with far too much exposition and one-dimensional characterization, sacrificing satisfying character arcs for some narratively needless cameos. Full disclosure, you will need to have watched WandaVision on Disney Plus before this movie because, as ultimately disappointing as her story is in this said film, it's necessary for better or for worse. I desperately wanted to like this movie, and as amazingly dynamic as Sam Raimi's direction is, the film lacks core depth. The emotional weight feels unearned, and instead, it's just a lot of fluff littered with exciting sequences. I'm giving Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness a disappointing for you to decide. You can watch this movie only in theaters.
All right.
Chilton is geeking out
Yeah,
over
I
here
know.
this
He's
whole
like, I
time.
can't wait to talk about this.
I love Doctor Strange. When I was a kid, I couldn't stand that comic book, and then after I saw that movie, and then of course Endgame, Avengers, he's one of my favorites, and so is Scarlet Witch. So I know Manning and I talked about this because I was so disappointed that he didn't love it. He said, I thought it was okay, but they crammed too much into it's only 2 hours. A lot of Marvel movies are a lot longer than that. And he said they crammed a lot in, tons of action, but he said they didn't really develop the plot. I have to go see this.
Like he felt like there was no climax. It was just all
It's
intense
like all up
at
here.
all times.
But he said it's incredible if you look at it from a cinematography standpoint, which he does, because you know Manning's he's a film guy, right? And he wants to know how they did this with CG, and he said that's incredible, but that's every Marvel movie.
Well, my husband's going this weekend. He's such a big fan of Marvel.
I
He
am
has
too.
the encyclopedia at home.
He just what at home?
A Marvel encyclopedia.
Oh, wow.
I
Like
love
this
that.
thick book. And he like literally will watch the movies and get the encyclopedia out and like research, and he's just like a nerd about
I love it.
Does he
So
collect the
funny.
figurines as well?
No.
Okay, because I have a
That's where
friend
you
that's
go.
a big,
Thank
no, I have a friend that's a big Marvel
level.
fan, and he has like a bookcase of just different figurines.
Wow.
So that's like hardcore.
That is hardcore.
Well, so my son Tyler is 12, and he said, I want to watch every Marvel movie in order, because you know they didn't come out in the order that the Marvel Universe happens. So there are tons of lists online, you can find this. He has watched all 26 movies in order.
Oh, there's 26?
Maybe there's 27 or 28 now, I might be missing 2. But he watched them all in order, the entire thing in a period of probably three or 4 weeks.
See, this is why I choose Harry Potter. There are 7 movies and I'm good.
Done. You can binge it in
Well, I
2
think
days.
actually 8 movies, 7 books. The last 2 were the last book.
But you were a giant, I mean, you're a huge fan of that,
Yes,
right?
huge.
You have the wand though?
I do.
Duh,
I have the
okay.
Elder Wand, the one that interacts at Harry Potter World.
Oh,
I
at
spent a little too
Universal,
much.
the thing, yes.
Yes.
I saw
So
that.
have you all been to the theater since everything has opened back up?
I went once.
I have not been since everything closed down, and I love going to the movies, but there's so many great things streaming right now.
I know.
True.
And I don't watch too much cable, so I'm like not even sure what's even in the theaters half the time.
It's
So.
interesting how some are only in theaters and some
Yeah.
are both. And it's interesting. All right, well, check out that movie. Let us know what you think.
To do a live shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You did. Hey, I don't speak Marvel. That was like a foreign language to me.
I don't speak Marvel either. Illinois, Indiana, Iowa.
As I said, the only Marvel I know is from what Jake watched.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Hey, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, folks, you might want to go ahead and put your umbrella by the door because you are going to need it this weekend.
Yeah, showers are popping up as a storm system moves in from the coast.
Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley is tracking the radar. And Tim, you say this won't be a washout?
Not a washout.